Content warning. Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is not suitable for all audiences, and viewer/listener discretion is advised. For example, if, when you just heard the term ladies and gentlemen, you immediately thought about how exclusionary it is, then it's probably best you turn this off now.
Polish, though.
I know, exactly. I was saying,
Lot of,
taking a British job.
A lot of diversity there, which is
it's good.
And interesting.
And beautiful.
Why
it is good. It is actually good for the BBC.
Why did we deliver that then like we were an improv troupe?
I know, it's amazing.
Which is good and interesting and beautiful.
Hiya, I'm good and interesting, and he's beautiful.
I mean,
no, that's not wrong way round. Hello and welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland, and him, a respectful big fat cunt.
I'm sorry, to start the podcast straight away is in itself disrespectful. We need a minute of silence.
All right, we're going to start with a minute of silence.
We are going to observe.
I'm sure this will be great for YouTube's algorithm.
Okay, well, the more you talk, the more you're putting it off.
Are we taking the knee at the same time?
You what, sorry?
Oh, no, she didn't like them. Let's...
Right, ready? 1 minute. 3, 2...
A whole minute. Hold on, let me get the... Here we go. Right, a minute's silence for Her Majesty the Queen.
Go.
Disrespectful little buzz you're doing. Please stop that.
I'm not doing a buzz.
You are doing
Is
a buzz.
that buzz back?
It's not back. I can see you doing it.
I'm not doing anything.
It's weird how the buzz comes back when you stop talking, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a minute silence. Minute silence.
No.
I'm doing a minute's applause to drown you out.
Like they do at football games.
Yeah, when they know it's going to kick off.
I tried to replicate. We've started this recording 50 minutes late because there was a small buzz. And one of us wanted to get the buzz fixed perfectly, and the other one just wanted to plough on and carry on regardless.
Yeah, so the fact that you're not listening to a buzz, you're welcome. All right? One of us cares about the quality of our output.
I have such low standards.
It's just like, we can still record, even though it sounds like we're in the middle of an electrical storm. It's fine.
I just like watching you go around and just... do you know what? I keep saying this, but you genuinely do have ADHD.
I know.
You get so
I was aware
upset.
of that before.
I actually reckon... I was thinking as you were buzzing around and getting more and more het up, I reckon the first time you had sex was absolutely incredible.
No.
I can't get this bra knot somewhere.
No, I was on the borderline of blackout drunk and jizz within about a minute, so, much less eventful than yours.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been really trying, baby.
Yeah. It was not a glorious achievement, so,
No.
But, I also didn't get angry in the middle of it.
But I'll tell you what was a glorious achievement. A 70-year reign by Her Majesty the Queen.
We've got our flag at half-mast,
Yeah, we do indeed. Yeah. We actually did a little live stream, didn't we as she was about to die.
I know. If only we'd held on like another hour. It was on the drive home that I heard.
Do you know what was mad is, and somebody pointed this out, Twitter, by the way, was mwah.
Oh my God, best day since David Cameron shagged the pig.
What a day it was.
Yeah.
What a perfect day it was. But somebody put on Twitter, and this is a really good point, is that she didn't just die and then we were told. She'd been dead all day, hadn't she?
Oh, 100%. As soon as the BBC newsreaders come out in the black tie, she's fucking cacked it.
So how weird was it, retrospectively, that they spent all day with newsreaders going, she is comfortable? When basically that meant dead.
Yeah, but that is really comfortable, isn't it? You can't get any more comfortable than dead.
Yeah.
That is the top of comfort.
Yeah, which is weird, isn't it? Because just about to die is the top of discomfort.
I don't know. I reckon she'll have been smacked up off her tits. Everyone is when they die old. If you get loads of opiates in that.
That's true.
And then when you're about to die, your body releases a load of that shit as well. So I bet it's fucking amazing. People who've had near-death experiences are like, nah, it's fucking good.
Here's a question, right? You're the doctor for the Queen. There's only you and her in the room. You know that she is going to die.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
She smacked off her tits,
but
she's still kind of like that. She's still sort of she's Stevie Wondering in. Like, she can't see her head's moving,
she's
but
written
she's
a brilliant song.
Yeah. Okay. She's in the royal bed singing "I Just Called to Say I Love You."
Right.
No, she's off her tits, but she is there. But she's like this, right? There's only you in the room.
Yeah.
a thought comes into your head.
Sorry.
You get to tell your grandchildren about this.
Is this question?
Do you grab one of her tits?
Right. Is your question right? Just to clarify.
No one's around.
I
one's
get it.
know.
I get the scenario. That's not my issue, right? I understand what the scenario is, right? You've painted quite the picture, right?
You get to say, I felt the Queen's tits.
Shush. Is your question whether the only thing standing between me and sexually assaulting old women, whether other people would find out? Other people finding out isn't the only thing stopping me from grabbing her tit.
You do a huge disservice to just calling her an old woman. This is the Queen.
All right, she's a pretty good old woman, but she still is an old woman.
I'm not for a minute suggesting that you just...
That I'm a danger in a nursing home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
I'm not for a minute suggesting that you're a mindless diddler.
No, I only grab tits if they've got rubies on them. The fuck?
Well, look, you get to grab the royal bosom.
Right. But like, what? No, I wouldn't grab a royal titty.
You wouldn't. Just literally. How about this then? You don't grab it and give it a squeeze, but you lean over to get something and just brush on purpose.
Well, like Prince Andrew did with Meghan. Did you see that? I'm starting to think he might be a bit of a creepy nonce, you know.
Nah. He had his day in court, didn't he?
Sort of. No, I think they just paid loads of money, so he didn't.
That seems odd.
Yeah.
Seems odd for an innocent person to do, doesn't it?
Yeah, but like, so anyone hasn't seen this clip, I'll try to find it, actually.
I've seen it. It's bleak.
It's
so while
fucking bleak.
While you're finding it, basically, what happened
you explain what happened.
He's got a hand on Meghan's back, and he goes to bend down to sort of like, I think they both bend down.
I think he's like putting some flowers down or having a look at some of the flowers that are there. Yeah. That's his pretense anyway.
And that hand lingers for it literally...
It doesn't just linger. Here we go. I've got the video up here. If you have a look at the screen... So what happens is he drags his hand. Here we go. It's around the shoulder, consoling her, drags it all the way around and rubs her ass as he goes round. He rubs round her ass.
I love how they've done that. Like someone's dropped a plate in a restaurant.
Yeah, they're all like, ah!
Whee!
They dropped a plate in Pizza Express.
Showing it again! They're taking the passion away.
Grandchildren doing sailors.
Yeah,
there's no excuse.
There's
no excuse. And look, even if there was an excuse, I think his history means that I ain't fucking buying it, whatever.
Well, look, people process grief in different ways.
Sure, some people become rapists.
You've heard the...
some people grab old women's tits.
The seven stages of grief. Number 1, denial. Number 2, anger.
Number 3, assault.
Number 3, assault, sexual. Number 4,
assault brackets sexual.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you just punch someone, that could be anger.
Sure. So, that's a hangover from stage 2.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still stuck in stage 2. Grab his dick. You need to move on. You go see a therapist. Like, have you grabbed any tits yet?
Of course you can wipe me off, but it won't bring her back.
No, but it'll get me to acceptance.
I just miss Mum. Number 4, bargaining. Number 5.
Number 4 is bargain hunt. You actually go round a car boot buying
number 4,
trinkets.
bargaining. Number 5, bargain hunt.
Right.
Number 6, cash in the attic.
Yeah.
Number 7, tipping point.
Right.
And then number 8, acceptance.
Suicide, I think it's after that little run. So, Prince Andrew being a creepy nonce, who'd have thought it? It's genuinely amazing that grieving on TV is when you would choose to diddle her.
I mean, I'm going to throw this out there.
Yeah.
I think she's fit. I don't blame him. I'm joking. It is blatant. The fact that he's doing it...
I want to dissociate myself from that comment, by the way.
The fact that he's doing it out here with... And he must know, right, that this is his big day in many respects.
Yeah.
This is his
last... chance to look like... It can be all sad in public and people go, oh, he's all right.
This is his last day in the... Mate, if I was him, I'd honestly have... I'd have my hands... behind my back at all times, like I was in the anthem for the Champions League.
100%.
I'd be, like, no way.
Like defending a free kick and you don't want to get a handball.
Yeah. No chance at all, right? And mate, I think the fact that he's done that shows that he actually is so creepy, he doesn't know when he's being creepy.
Well, it's also that. It's either that or someone who has just never had any consequences in their entire life, who believes they will never face any consequences. But unfortunately, Mummy's not around to pay you 12 mil off anymore. But I imagine he's probably got a bit of the fucking inheritance. He can pay his own fucking fees now.
Do you know what's really funny as well is Meghan will have seen this.
Well, she will have felt it happen.
So I would no, because at the time I think she'll have gone, what's that? Nah.
Yeah.
Because she'll have gone, even he's not. Nah.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they'll have come away, right? And I love the idea that they'll have come away and Harry will have gone, see, my family aren't that bad, are they?
I don't know if he'll have made that argument.
You just have to get to know them when they're grieving. They were really nice.
You just needed to wait for my gran to die.
None of them called you any racial slurs to your face.
Sure.
You seemed like, everyone got on with you.
I bet that drawing room's air was heavy that evening.
And then she's scrolling through Twitter and she goes, what? And he's like, yeah, we'll go back to America then, shall we?
It's wild. It is fucking wild.
He don't give a shit, does he?
He doesn't know.
What were your initial thoughts? Because I know that you were really upset, weren't you, when the Queen died?
I was blubbing.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I wasn't. I didn't give a fuck, mate. I just don't care. Like, I'm a Republican, and I don't think the monarchy should exist. But look, a lot of people are like, hey, you got to be sad because an old lady's died. And I'm like, okay, I'll be exactly as sad as I was about the 5,000 who were dying every day for the last couple of years.
I hate that argument.
Me too.
Of you have to be sad because it's an old lady. Yeah. And because it's like, to everybody, she doesn't represent an old lady.
Yeah.
She represents different things to different people. So to some absolute fucking flag shaggers in Kent, she represents a symbol of British patriotism and the only constant that they've had in their miserable fucking lives. But if you're Irish or if you're fucking African or something like that,
or if
she
you
represents this
red history that you didn't get taught in school,
then she represents this colonial witch.
Yeah. And there's a lot of the take that annoyed me the most in the wake of it was talking about her years of selfless service. It's not selfless if you live in a castle wearing a crown.
This is the thing. Jane Edwards put something brilliant on Twitter. Yeah. She was like, I don't understand this loyal service thing. Yeah. It's not like she can fuck off and be the monarch of Italy for 20 years and then come back again. Yeah. And also as well, the whole thing as well. She conducted...
And service, she'd walk around waving.
Mate, this as well, you got a lot of this. She conducted herself with a quiet dignity. As opposed to what? Loudly complaining about the free palace that she lives in.
It's fucking
what
unreal.
The fuck?
Yeah,
imagine if the Queen went on TV. She's like, it's drafty as shit in here.
Yeah. Mate, I saw a great one as well where it described her as a quiet supporter of LGBT rights. And I saw a gay guy had retweeted it with incredibly quiet, almost silent, you could say.
Yeah.
Like, what evidence of that is there?
Because that's the kind of support that the LGBT community quiet.
Yeah. Just like, oh no, I didn't say or do anything to show the support, but I did.
No, I was a big believer in your guys' right to bum. I just didn't say anything. I just didn't say it or make any attempt to... Mate, if she'd have flown a pride flag above Buckingham Palace, which she could have made them do at any point...
Oh, 100%, yeah.
It would have been the biggest fucking piece of validation that community's ever had.
Yeah. She had 70 fucking years to invite a gay couple to the palace and like that, innit?
Did you not invite any gay couples?
No. Oh, no,
Elton John must have gone.
I don't know if his husband
he's some
allowed.
candle in the wind.
Yeah. I'm sure Elton's turned up. I'm sure they allowed him in.
Imagine that. You're allowed to sing Candle in the Wind, Elton, but you're not allowed a +1.
Yeah.
We know who you'll bring, Elton, you dirty bugger. I found it fucking nuts myself.
The whole thing is driving me insane. It makes me feel crazy because this whole apparatus of this sort of Britain is sort of been rolled out so quickly, so you can't walk anywhere without seeing these giant projected images of her everywhere. It feels oppressive to me that it's constant. You can't turn on the TV or the radio without it constantly being there.
This is a thing that fucking has annoyed me about Twitter as well, right? Yeah. Is there's a lot of people who've been pointing to all of the signs and all of the apps and all of the things that have put RIP to Her Majesty or whatever, and they've gone, tell me the difference. Tell me the difference between this and North Korea. It's like, how about you check Twitter over the last 2 days? Because I'm telling you what, when Kim Jong-il died, Twitter didn't light the fuck up with... Jamie Hutchinson tweeted about Captain Tom being at the gates of hell waiting for Her Majesty's sweet puss.
I don't think he mentioned hell, but like,
Did he not?
No, I think it was implicit, but I don't think he mentioned it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. I don't imagine that there's any North Korean comedians that are making that fucking joke.
Yeah.
If you want to know the difference between us and North Korea, we get to be a lot more critical of our fucking monarchs.
No, that is fair, and like it's worse on us in another way as well, because the people who are going along with it, at least in North Korea, they're forced, whereas in Britain, the people who are like fucking like loving it, going out for it, they're doing it by choice.
In North Korea, they go, "Hey, do you know Kim Jong-un invented the hamburger?" And the Koreans go, "Oh no." He's had his braces done recently.
Okay.
He's had.
Why are they speaking to this learning difficulties?
He's had his braces done. He's had brackets put in, and so that's why he's talking weird.
Right.
Oh, I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
And they go, no, it is right. And if you question it, then you're going to spend 25 years in an internment camp, and then your sons and daughters will spend 25 years in an internment camp, and then the 3 generations of your family are going to pay for it unless you say right now that he did. Oh yeah, I heard that myself. How are your braces? Oh, they hurt quite a lot. But they'll be okay soon.
Okay,
let's
stop talking to this North Korean fella now. I did see a very funny tweet where it was like critiquing that sort of take on it, where it's like, British people do something incredibly British and then go, look at these. What are they? Some fucking Asians or something? And it's like, all right, yeah, no, you're just being weird British people. You're not being North Korea.
I think it's, myself personally, I do not care that she's dead. And I know that's for a lot of people have been like, well, you tweeted an awful lot for somebody who didn't care that she was dead. It's like, yeah, it was an easy way to make jokes about it.
Yeah, it was funny.
I don't care, but I do like making jokes. You know.
And like, I don't care about the event itself, but the reaction to it, I think, is very instructive about our society and very interesting. It's been insane.
Mental. So I put on Twitter, show me your biggest examples of performative grief.
So before we even start, I'll tell you my favourite, I think, so far.
Okay.
Right, I think it's hard. There's a lot of them, and I'm sure we'll go through most of them.
Right.
But I think my overall number one favourite is Tony Cascarino throwing away his Chinese takeaway.
That's apparently not true.
Right.
Which is a shame, because it's my favourite as well.
Is it? Why is it not true? It was on a TalkSport thing he was on.
Yeah. No, you've not seen the video, have you?
No,
and
I
I've not either,
right.
because there is no video.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I know.
Yeah.
But
it
allegedly...
it felt very on brand with Cascarino
Allegedly,
as well.
Tony Cascarino said he'd ordered a Chinese, heard that the Queen was dead, and then it came, and then he threw it in the bin.
He threw it in the bin out of respect, is the story. I want to believe it, so I'm going to.
It. I can't eat a chow mein now the monarch's passed.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's mental.
There is something saying it's been debunked here. Yeah. That's gutting.
It's a shame, innit? Because it's so.
I'm just going to believe it.
Yeah, you want to believe it.
Even though I've seen that factually it definitely didn't happen, I'm just going to choose to believe it.
There's some absolute fucking pearlers on my thread. And thank you ever so much to everybody that replied on Twitter.
All right, my new favourite then, if that is false, my new favourite is Wayne Lineker.
Wayne Lineker is up there.
We'll get to that.
Wayne Lineker is up there.
Wayne Lineker's is... Imagine what Wayne Lineker would do. You're right.
Yeah. So this one here, the first one.
So we've got Pepperami have blacked out their logo.
Yeah. They've got, well, the Queen was a big fan of processed spicy meat.
We're not a bit of an animal today. And then Legoland have made a Lego Queen, but they made her look like Wall-E.
Did you see the couple? There's a little bit on Sky, but did you see the couple that had gone at 3:00 in the morning to drop off a little Lego Princess Leia?
I will find this. It's fucking amazing. I have seen it. Basically, what happened was...
And they're going, what are you doing? And they're like, we are here because the Queen was a strong feminist icon.
Basically, what happened was they interviewed some people on ketamine. Here they are. I am 100% putting my money on Ket for this one.
All right, turn it up. Let's hear this.
Because this is a Ketty woman, if ever I've seen one, and I've seen fucking loads of them.
Sweden as well. the British royal family? Are they popular?
I'm putting Princess Leia down for her because she was a very strong woman in a world of men, and she did not.
Is she on lots of drugs, or is she from Eastern Europe?
No, she's quite middle class if you listen to her accent.
Yeah, I know, but you know when somebody...
It sounds like she's speaking in her second language.
Exactly.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know when someone's so fucked after a night out, you go, are you Czechoslovakian?
Yeah. It's like in a minute she's going to go, how you say?
Yeah.
But no, she is just...
complained, but she took her space and she made her path, and I really admire her for that.
This is like fucking Brainstorm Green Needle, because do you remember that Brainstorm Green Needle thing?
Where it sounds like
it played the thing, and if you thought Brainstorm, you heard Brainstorm, and if you thought Green Needle, you heard Green Needle. This is the living embodiment of if you think pissed middle class woman, you hear pissed middle class woman, but if you think foreign
Bulgarian woman washing clothes in a river,
then you hear that. Just listen.
And I think that there's something to aspire to, and I think she's a role model for all of us.
And I cannot get this stain out of these jeans.
So I'm gonna put
Princess Leia, just a little cartoon, not cartoon, a little Lego
to
character.
symbolise her strength and her
Pause it.
What I love is like this dude here is like, we should not be talking to the telly right now.
Yeah. How funny would it be if she had that little Lego that she's showing just outside the gates of the castle, and then she just fucking
threw it over the fence? Just walks off. Yeah.
Just pay me respects.
What I love with this is the woman interviewing her tries to stop it several times as well. She's like, no, I'm not done. It's like,
I just admire her for...
Pause it. You know, I just admire her.
How she changed, because the times that she ruled,
Such a long time,
70
so
years.
much happened.
she's got the super intense drug eyes where she's like trying to get her point across, and she's like,
I'm telling you, her accent's going into railing. I've never heard such a broadly European thing before.
yeah, like it's like, right, so like, you're going out into the fields to interview a turnip picker to see what they think about the Queen.
So much happened, especially for women.
So much history. Yeah.
So much of how women...
Pause it. Right, so I'm going to give this woman electron feminism right now.
Okay.
So a lot of people have been... mate, come on. Who better to talk about feminism than a straight white man?
The biggest titted man there is.
Exactly. Quiet down, ladies. You might learn a thing or two. So, I think it is ridiculous when they point to Queen Elizabeth as a shining example of feminism, when the entire institution that is built around her does not let a woman rule unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
I find that
has
fucking
changed now, to be fair.
Mental.
But, it is mental. But what I think you need to remember here is this is just a woman on Ket who thought it'd be funny to leave a Lego there and is now being interviewed. Right? This is just a night that's got out of hand. I don't think she believes a single thing she's saying. I think she thought it'd be funny. I think she's off her tits on Ket and has gone, this Leia needs to go to the Queen.
Yeah.
She's off her bollocks. Like, I
reckon she's been on the underground.
Yeah.
Da, 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 na, ma, 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 ma,
yeah. To be honest with you, I quite want to offer my hand in marriage to this woman.
Oh, this is exactly who you'd fuck at a festival.
Oh, this is like who I'd go out with for a decade.
Really?
This is, yeah.
Then you get an email from her going, go live your life. Go grab life.
Yeah, it's one of them. But it's fucking amazing.
Developed in those times, I think she is a role model. So I'm going to put
Princess Leia, a little Princess Leia amongst them. Thank you so much. Apologies for interrupting. And it's you see this.
I mean, she's done all right there to recover, hasn't she? Have you seen the most awkward interview ever? With this, the guy. It's honestly...
With the guy. How the fuck would I know, mate?
Have you not seen the interview with the guy? I thought that was more than enough information.
Right.
I'm going to show it you.
Okay.
So this was touted on the internet as...
Do you want to just send me the link?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
You know the internet?
I'm aware of it. Yeah, I've heard of it, mate. Yeah.
This was touted as the most awkward interview ever.
Right.
And honestly, I find it beautiful. I think it's fucking beautiful. I've just sent it to you now.
Yeah.
It's basically this guy that manages to concoct the crappiest fucking interview you've ever seen in your entire life.
So you say it's the most awkward interview of all time, but you didn't see the one with me in Lewisham Job Centre where they were trying to make me apply for a job as a stripper.
Genuinely, they were trying to make you apply for it. Wait a minute.
Sorry, we'll put a pin in this. Yeah.
Yes, we fucking will.
So I was unemployed and I was signing on in South London.
Yeah.
Right, and you got to fill in like a job, a little booklet to say what jobs you've applied for and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you go into for your meeting to sign on, and they like go, here's some jobs, you need to apply for these before your next meeting, otherwise you lose your benefits.
Yeah.
And they brought one up that was in a bar called the White Hart in South London that I happened to live near. And I was like, I'm not going to apply for that job because they won't hire me. And they were like, you have to or you'll lose your benefits. It's on your form now.
Yeah.
And I was like, have you read the full description? And in it said, must be comfortable working in underwear. And they went, are you not? And I went, I don't think they want me in my underwear.
Yeah, so no offence to you, but you have a horrific body that would make women sad to look at.
I mean, not women. Women love my body, mate.
No.
That's not the clientele we're dealing with, though, is it?
Oh, is it like gay men?
No, it's just men. It's a strip club where women are naked, and I was trying to point out, I'm not the guy they want.
So the women are naked, but you have to be...
No, they were trying to find women to be strippers.
Oh.
But you can't put on a job thing, we just want women.
I thought that they wanted you as a male stripper.
No, I'd make a fucking killing, mate.
Yeah, your body's got speed bumps. That's how knobbly your fucking torso is. I feel like if I was driving over your chest, I'd have to do it at 20.
Looks
you
like
fucking freak.
Looks like the back end of a Rari, mate. It's gorgeous.
It's like the back end of a stegosaurus, you fucking
they were trying
weird.
They were trying
cunts.
Nice one. They were trying to find female strippers, and I was just trying to point out that I'm not that. And it ended up like it got escalated. There was like multiple people in this meeting with me, like rowing with me. And I was like, I will apply, but I'm not fucking getting it. So I ended up having to do an application for it.
So you applied to be a female stripper?
Well, I wrote to them.
No, this is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You applied to be a female stripper.
Bartender in a strip club.
You
for the bar
applied to be a stripper, a female stripper.
Well, the application said, hi, I don't want this job and I know you don't want to hire me, but I'm being legally required to do this, so here's my CV.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that changes nothing.
Yeah.
You applied to be a female stripper.
Yeah, they didn't get me. This was a different time before you could do that.
And this is why identity politics is so important.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, actually, I need to apologise to Jen Ives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, did you read the full thing?
Right. So I read the full thing.
Yeah.
So on a previous episode, we were talking about this comedian doing a show in Edinburgh and her saying that people had deliberately booked out seats to come and stare at her. And I said...
Because she's trans, to give it the context.
Yeah. And it was in the same venue at the same time as a show that was anti-trans.
Yeah.
Now, or if the show wasn't anti-trans, then it attracted an anti-trans audience. I'm trying to
Sure. The show might not have been, but the person who was doing the show is what they call themselves gender critical, and they go on like TV programs to argue against that sort of thing.
Sure. Now, I sort of said that it's far more likely that they weren't paying to like if you see a bunch of people that are sat staring, it's because they're not enjoying it. It's not because they've been paid to, and without any proof, it's mental to me that you come up with that solution.
Sure.
And then I also brought up a clip of comedy, and I was like, it's not the best. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's conceivable that they might have, you know. And I was critical of what Jen was saying. Now, having rewatched the video, still don't think it's good. But I'm such a cunt. I didn't think she had a good gig. You know, I'm sure she didn't think she had a good gig. Yeah, it's, mate, you're in Edinburgh, you're doing 1,000 shows a day.
Exactly.
You're going to have a bad gig from time to time.
Every single Edinburgh I've been at, I've had one of those.
It's just a daft luck that it got fucking filmed.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it wasn't a shit gig, because it fucking was. But she'll tell you the same thing, so I don't think I'm being harsh. Anyway, right, I sort of said, that it's mental to me.
You said that she's a fella and you don't believe it.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Thank you. That won't come back to back. I'm trying to apologise to her here, and I'm not being forced to either, which is it's new, isn't it? This?
It is new, yeah.
So
you haven't even had any threats this time.
No. She put out an article explaining what happened in her month, right? And when I read it, I realised that when you're acutely aware that you're in close proximity to people that really do not like you, regardless of whether or not they did come specifically to stare at the show, that's where your mind will go.
Yeah, and to be fair, there are tweets from people going, ha ha ha, we did that.
Yeah.
You know.
So I thought it was mental that she would see people staring and go, well, these are anti-trans people. I think it's mental that your mind goes there first. And it is mental, but what's different is they've pushed her to that mentality. And that's the thing that I didn't get. Yeah. So I can totally see her point of view that if you're constantly around people that are willing you to fail, you might start connecting those dots. So I hold my hand up there and I go, okay, there's legitimacy to that again.
Yeah, and like it does. I do think that happened as well because there's people gloating about it. You know, there's people gloating about being like, we went and like stared at her.
Yeah,
but
know? I think that they can do that without doing that.
Sure, but I think it's most likely that they did. If they're saying they did, and the person they did it to said they did, it's most likely that they did. If both sides are in agreement that it happened, both sides are. No one's disputing it apart from you.
So I'm actually in agree. I actually think it's easy for them not to have done it.
Right.
But it's most likely they did so that it keeps in their head.
Occam's razor, though. If it looks like an horse and sounds like an horse, it's probably an horse.
Probably not the argument you want to be making in this. You want to stand by that?
No, I think she looks and sounds like an horse. No, my point is obviously fair. But what I'm saying is, the simplest explanation is that both of them...
My pronouns are they, them.
So, the simplest explanation is that both of them are telling the truth, isn't it? That is the simplest explanation. I'm carrying on. Shut the fuck up.
I fucking love they, them.
Yeah, it was funny. But shush.
Do you know what's really funny? Is I actually tried to apologise.
Yeah.
I tried to apologise, and I think I've just made it worse.
You have made it worse. Yeah.
I think I've just made it worse.
But I would like to say I believed her the old time, so you know.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't believe her for a bit, and then I read it, and then I reflected, and then I did.
I just think it's really shit as well. Like, I think this from both sides. If you don't like a comedy show and what's being said in it, don't go, right? And that applies to both of those shows. The one that's saying trans people don't exist and the one from the trans woman, I think they both have a right to exist. If you don't like it, don't go.
So there was another thing as well, when I was reading that Substack, that I was like, ugh. And that was the bit where she was like, if I'd have known... They shouldn't have allowed trigonometry to be at the same venue. And it's like, no. Yeah. I get that having you and somebody else with that at the same time...
So your audiences are in the bar at the same time.
I understand how that's an issue. And it's one of those things that with hindsight, you go, yeah, we should have done that.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed, if you put a show on at a venue, you're not allowed to only have programming that aligns with your beliefs.
Sure.
They've still got to have a space for it. It's just not at the same time in the same place. For this Patreon ad read, Rob has been learning sign language. And so for our deaf listeners, yep, you heard, Rob is going to translate for you. Yeah. Please sign up to our Patreon. It costs only £3 a month, and for that, you get loads of extra benefits, such as one extra episode every... Oh, I'm sorry, if you stopped.
I stopped. I was just doing wanking stuff, and then I stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you need to carry on.
I don't want the deaf watching.
You don't want the deaf to... Fine.
No, if you've got £3, you're welcome in. You're welcome.
You get an extra episode every single week. You get access to the Discord server, specifically the Dark Room, which is where we keep all the fucked up videos. You get access to all the extra content that we've made. You get access to all the other stuff that we can think of as and when we put it out. We're constantly trying to find ways to bring more value. And it's literally just £3 a month. And it helps us to improve the podcast, improve the quality, and make sure that we're pumping out great content for you. So if you love Dead Men Talking, please sign up for just £3 a month and you'll help keep us going.
Because pacemakers aren't cheap.
Back to the Queen.
Right.
So this is the most awkward interview I've ever seen. And the end of it is fucking beautiful.
Anybody else who wants to just explain why you're here? It's the middle of the night in London, and yet we're still gathering here.
Yeah. I came home after a work event and I turned on the TV and I saw you. And I thought, hold on a minute, something's happening here. So I came down to see this, be part of it.
I'm sure I'm not the reason why you came here.
I mean, this event. Yeah. And realising that people were here
and you wanted to be here as well.
Yeah, I did, yeah. 5-minute walk. And here we are. A lot of diversity going on, which is good and interesting and like beautiful, really, isn't it?
Thank you. So a lot of people.
A lot of diversity,
which is good and interesting and beautiful. He's realised interesting is bad. He's realised he's fucked it with interesting. He goes, good. It's good, right? It's already too defensive for a start. He goes, it's good, right? I've noticed it, but it's good. And then he goes, uninteresting. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said interesting.
Yeah. And then he overcorrects.
Beautiful. Like, why are they sending people to interview at 2 a.m? Because what are they expecting? It's London still.
If he'd have just gone, a lot of diversity here, which is interesting. How accusatory does that sound?
Yeah, it's not great.
Think they're planning something? Do you know what I mean?
It's more than I would have expected.
It's probably like that is a class.
What did you think? You're in central London. Why are you surprised there's people of different ethnicities?
It's such a brilliant Brent moment, isn't it? A lot of diversity, which is interesting.
A lot of diversity, which is good and interesting and beautiful.
Mate, it's just from start to finish, I came to see you.
Look at her face now. Like, it's just, what did they expect at 2 a.m?
She'll have said, right, because they're not getting, for this, right, they're not getting any fucking field reporter. They're getting a really good, respected person that did 10 years in the field and then worked the way out.
Is
right?
she?
She'll be.
Do you know who she is? Because I think this is the new girl. I don't think this is you.
No.
I don't think you get the 2 a.m. shift outside the palace if you're respected.
The new girl is doing like she's at home right now. They've got all the big hitters because
not at 2 a.m.
What? Sorry,
this is like the daytime in Amsterdam when you're seeing the mingers.
Listen, my love, you are the journalistic equivalent of the 11 a.m. whore.
Yeah. Well, because who's watching 24-hour news at 2 a.m?
Get her up at the beginning.
Truck drivers and murderers.
Her name was at the beginning. It was Katie something or other. I think it was Katie Mendoza.
Katie Piper.
Katie
Madeira.
Madeira.
Love her cakes. Let's. Katie.
It's IE.
Oh, it'll work out. There we go. Katie Madeira. There we go. Katie Medeiros.
Oh, it's not working out. Isn't that fantastic?
Oh, go fuck yourself. That's Google's fault. Katie Madeira. Is this her? 395 followers. Ooh. Yeah, she's got 4,000 followers.
Hang about. It's Cassia.
BBC.
It's not Cassia.
Oh, right. It's Cassia, is it?
Yeah.
Is it Cassia? Let's just double check. Yeah, it's Cassia.
Yeah, well, go back because there was
Cassia. It's Cassia Madeira. Here we go.
Wikipedia was there.
Right. We'll go back. Cassia Madeira. She's got a Wikipedia, so that's a strong start. She's been on all the channels.
Wait a minute.
She's a relief presenter on the BBC News channel. There you go. That's a shit job.
No. She's been on every single major channel.
Yeah, sure.
And she's been doing this since 2002.
She's been on them, but she's the relief presenter. She's not like the main one.
No. But
she's the supply teacher. She's who you get when Witchell's off.
But she's somebody who has been doing teaching for 20 years. She took over from Hugh Edwards after
Polish.
the death of...
Another Polish taking
She
British
took
jobs.
over from Hugh Edwards after the death of Nelson Mandela, presenting overnight coverage on BBC One.
Yeah,
nah,
overnight.
She's
Yeah,
not...
she took over. She wasn't there when he actually died.
No, she's not the queen.
This is when they're into the 8th hour of showing old archive footage.
Yeah, I know, but she's somebody who is... It's not her first rodeo, is it? Do you know
It's
what
not
I
a
mean?
first rodeo, but this isn't the 80s.
So this is the
but
point.
You're like, oh, we'll get the fucking A grade
This
out.
is-
We're getting the reserves
This is the point that I was trying to make, is that she's not new to this.
She's not new to it, but
so
she's not.
she'll know...
She's a reserve.
She'll know full well that going out in central London doing fucking Vox Pop at 2:00 in the morning is asking for trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that's not someone who's got a lot of political capital in the office, the ones who draws that straw. Right, if you've got enough clout round the office, you go, fuck off, it's 2 a.m, it's going to be coked up knobheads. Send some other cunt. And she's the other cunt.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cassia. I
Yeah.
stood up for you.
No, and look, I'm not nothing against her as a broadcaster. She's been dealt a shitty stick,
Yeah.
you know, but it is a shit job. Yeah.
Polish, though.
I know, exactly. I was saying,
Lot
taking
of,
a British job.
A lot of diversity there, which
It's
is
good.
and interesting.
And beautiful.
Why
No,
did
it is
we-
good.
why
It is
did-
actually good for the
why-
BBC.
Why did we deliver that then like we were an improv troupe?
I know, it's amazing.
Which is
isn't it?
good and interesting and beautiful.
Hiya, I'm good and interesting, and he's beautiful.
I mean,
No, that's not wrong way round. I mean, I'm good, you're interesting.
Neither of us are beautiful,
Yeah,
let's be
right,
fair.
fair enough. Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Anyway, have a look back to some of the performative grief. Performative grief.
Okay, beautiful.
And interesting.
And beautiful.
And good.
So we've got Lego. What's this one here? Right. Thomas Cook with Safe Travels, Mum.
Safe travels.
You still have to reference that they're a travel
Mate,
company.
I'll tell you what was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you see the Paddington Bear one?
Oh my God. Like Paddington Bear's the Grim Reaper.
Mate.
It's like cartoons of Paddington
The
taking it
thing
to
is-
heaven.
The thing is imagine what other companies are thinking when they are looking at us mourning an old
Countries,
woman.
you mean?
Yeah.
You say companies. Just
Oh, right. Imagine what other countries are thinking, looking at us mourning the death of a very old woman by using a bear that does not exist.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
This country is mental. That is a very good point.
Imagine if the Norwegian fucking...
I think they've got a king.
You what?
I think they've got a king
Yeah,
in Norway.
imagine if the Norwegian king died and they had fucking...
They probably just boot him in a canal and go about their afternoon.
What was that dude called? Fucking Timpin or whatever he was.
Tintin.
Tintin, yeah.
Right. Tiffin. The Adventures of Tiffin.
Yeah.
Trust you to turn it into a cake.
His Adventures of Tiffin.
What is he? Like a Bakewell tart or something he was called?
Adventures of Tiffin. I'll tell you what, great on a hike.
Yeah.
Great. A little bit of nourishment.
Yeah,
You always want Tiffin with you.
Yeah, and his best mate Kendall mint cake. Fuck me.
You're such a prick. You're such a prick.
But yeah, no, what you were saying, though, there is actually a good point in there that it's weird that it's been like, we're meant to have this like period of 2 weeks of national mourning, treating it like a tragedy, when dying at 96, surrounded by your family in a castle, is the dream.
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
could be better? She's had an amazing life.
Yeah.
She was 96. It's
Yeah.
not sad.
Yeah.
Someone dying at 96 isn't in any way sad. We should be celebrating. She had the best possible life.
Genuine question.
Yeah.
When do you reckon was the last time she shagged?
It's been a while. Do you reckon she got on the servants after Philip died?
No, there's no way after Philip. There's no way. There's no way. I reckon. When was the last coronation? Like that Jubilee, the last one before that.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon it's probably been a while. I don't know. Philip was probably a horny old goat.
Actually, yeah, he does look like he was
He's
fucking
got that
full of it.
and that about
Greek.
him. Yeah. Yeah. You know what they're like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smashing plates and puss.
Don't go in his taverna. That's all I'd say. Right. So Thomas Cook with Safe Travels, Ma'am. What have we got next? Little Things. Why not try this? Oh, Jesus. This is... So, it's saying that the Queen wore the same $10 nail polish since 1989, and Little Things are put, why not try this gorgeous shade in her honour? So that isn't just a tribute, that's just trying to capitalise on it.
Oh, yeah, it's not. It's so blatant.
There's no tribute there. That's just going, buy our shit, you cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine, that's a nice shade of nail polish, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. A very old woman wore this for 30 years before she died.
Yeah, it's very odd. British Kebab Awards, that one was credible.
Read out the British Kebab
It's
Awards.
with great sadness that we acknowledge Her Majesty the Queen's passing. For 70 years, she stewarded us through our darkest and brightest days. Thank you, Your Majesty. R.I.P. Plus, made a banging Donna.
Yeah. Notice that they didn't do something like that when Millie Dowler died.
Okay, cool. Next up, we've got a bike rack in, I think it's in Norwich. We've got a bike rack that was closed for a period of mourning.
Yeah.
We closed for a couple of weeks.
Read it out.
Says, advance warning, royal period of mourning. This cycle rack will be closed from Friday 9th of September till Wednesday the 21st.
Wait a minute. Friday till Wednesday?
Yeah.
To
be honest,
days? 5 days?
I feel like this is a Photoshop, but it's quite well done. They've curved the text if they have done it. It does. It is like it's. If it is a Photoshop, it's very well done.
It's got to be.
It has to be.
We're closing a bike rack for 5 days.
Yeah. No, more than that. 9th to the 11th, 12 days.
12 days of...
Yeah, the 12 days of Deadmas. Yeah, that one's amazing. This one is an all-timer, Hall of Fame.
I think this is maybe the best one, actually.
It's posted in the UK Corgi Club. I mean, don't forget about Lineker before you make that judgment.
I think
these are the final.
But the thing is with Lineker is that I expect it from him.
Sure. You expect better from UK Corgi Club on Facebook.
Exactly.
So on Facebook, someone posted in the UK Corgi Club, anyone else's Corgi acting differently now that Our Majesty has passed? Ours has been curled up on our laps ever since the news broke, which is unusual. Almost like they know. God bless the Queen. Broken heart emoji. And then a dove.
So this person is hypothesising that because the Queen kept corgis famously, that every corgi has a
psychic link,
shared telepathy with
like ants. Yeah, they're like a big colony of corgis.
Are they suggesting that every corgi has a shared telepathy with one another?
Yeah, they have a shared consciousness.
And the Queen's corgis have put out a signal that all the other corgis have picked up on.
This is corgi like, I feel a tremor in the force.
Or are they suggesting that corgis are natural royalists?
Yeah.
And that's
maybe
why the
they
Queen
were watching
liked
the
them.
telly and they were like, oh.
Don't feel like going on a walk today.
It's insane. It is wildly insane to think that might be a thing. Jimmy's Dildo Emporium saying there's a one in a Weatherspoon saying that the condom machine's out. I think that's a Photoshop. What's this one from? Oh God, this is a tribute from Ann Summers at the top of their page.
Fuck off.
That's on the website. That's a full screenshot.
Off. Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
I know. Buy yourself a dildo. Is what you should have wanted.
Oh, Majesty, love the 12-inch twat basher.
Twat basher.
If anything, they should have been doing that on the fucking strap-ons.
In the Faversham umbrella, they cancelled their quiz night.
What?
I don't think that's any worse than my gigs in Glasgow getting cancelled. That was insane.
Mate, I had a gig for Wednesday pull at a university.
Yeah.
And they pulled it, and they went, oh, it's come from the higher-ups. Yeah. And I was like, by the time the gig goes ahead, it'll be 6 days after she's died.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I had a gig pull on Wednesday, but it's great because I double booked myself with our roast, so I was delighted. I was going to have to message the guy and be like, I'm so sorry, I fucked this up. And then he messaged me to say it was cancelled. So I was like, you're going to have to make it up to me. Fucking yes, what a touch.
Love it when that happens.
Yeah. Absolute fucking beauty. So where's this one from? This one's from Victoria's Secret.
What are they doing, man?
Yeah. And someone's captioned this with, there's a lot to unpack there, and they might be talking about the big old titties.
Some big old titty tatties. What does it say? Read it out what they've put.
Hold on. Sorry, I've just accidentally clicked on the damn Wootton video. We'll get to that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, as we offer our heartfelt condolences to the royal family, we reflect with gratitude and admiration on an extraordinary lifetime of service.
By the way, buy some fucking bras.
Yeah. Did you see she got booed at the UFC? They put up they tried to do like a tribute to the Queen at the start and just got booed. It was in like Texas or something, and they're all just like, fuck off.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Well, if only there was a September 11th that they had that we could boo. In retaliation.
So Dan Wootton, he's like a journalist or something. He's one of those, like, he always pops up on Twitter. He's an agitator. He's one of them.
Little Miss GB News.
Right.
Yeah. Dan Wootton is... look, I have got no problem with somebody who wants to do GB News to help their career. Shout out Leo Curse.
I think it's a bit pathetic. Grow up.
Wow. I'll tell you what, to be fair, we are probably the only podcast that has slagged off both Leo and Jen Ives in the same episode.
Yeah. Like, never let it be said we don't go after everyone.
Exactly. Usually you pick a fucking side.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have a problem if you want to do GB News.
No, totally.
But I do have a problem.
Does mean your career's going shit. It's the same. I feel the same as when I see a mate do panto. I'm like, oh.
Mate, did I tell you that I got offered to do a gig at the Comedy Unleashed tour?
Oh, no. I don't
Yeah, they sent me an email through. I wasn't available, so I didn't even...
Yeah.
I just responded to it and said, like, I'm not available. But I thought it's not great money, considering how much shit you get. It's not great. It's like 250 quid.
I'd probably do it.
Would you?
Yeah, probably.
I'll send him your email then.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't really give a shit about that.
I don't mind at all, actually.
I think it's a bit of concocted nonsense.
I think Comedy Unleashed is marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. Anyway, right.
I like all comedians from right to left, and I will slag them all off because I like them all.
Yeah, I think, for me personally, that there is an equal amount of dog shit comics on both left and... Actually, no, there's more dog shit left-wing comedians.
Sure, but the same percentage.
There's the same percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your political leaders...
It's like there's more shit men than there are shit women because there's more men than there are women.
Yeah. Percentage?
Percentage is the same.
So, what?
Do you not believe that?
I agree completely.
Yeah? Okay, well, I think that opinion's good and interesting.
No, I do agree.
Yeah.
I think that your gender and sexuality and race and political leanings and age and class have no bearings on whether or not you are a good comic.
Sure.
You being funny is the bearing on whether or not you're a good comic.
And whether you actually pay attention to that or not. But like this is
so this guy
Dan Wootton is like, what I do know about him is he is, for context before we watch this video, he is someone who murders people for what do you call it?
Performative grief.
Yeah, no, what do you call it?
Virtue signaling.
Virtue signaling. That's what I was looking for.
So virtue
he
signaling.
Always goes like he all the time. He's like, oh, it's great. There was a camera there to capture that moment and stuff. He did it specifically to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle
when they were paying their respects to some dead people. Soldiers in like World War whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, that couldn't have been any more dismissive. World War whatever. But you get my idea. Like some battlefield somewhere at some point to mark some Remembrance Day. You know, and he was like,
"Oh, you're making it all about yourself." And then
and also as well, the thing about that is like he was like, good job there were cameras there. It's like, yes, they're the royal family.
Yeah, there's going to be cameras.
There'll be cameras everywhere. However, with this, if Dan Wootton's just walking the streets, nobody's recording him. No. So he's had to get somebody to record him.
Oh, not only that, there has been more context to this video that has emerged, right? So the video is of him here, looking all sad, some sunglasses, laying down a bouquet. What a waste. Donate to a charity you can't. Then he stands there with his little triangle. He's got his little finger triangle like he's on Dragon's Den. Like he's considering a proposition for a new barbecue sauce.
We can't believe it's not custard.
Stop it. So things that are hilarious about this, right? Not only has he got someone to film him, someone replied in the tweets, I was there that day and I saw you do 4 takes of this.
Yeah.
So not only has he got someone to film it, he did 4 takes and checked it in between.
How can you do this wrong 4 times?
I know.
I like the idea that he bent down first of all, the little fart came. Sorry, take 2.
Rips his trousers. 3rd time, pants fall down, goal lands on his head.
We'll get it. We'll get the shot.
But like, also, my favourite one, I retweeted this. Someone just reversed the video and put Dan Wootton from GB News has been stealing flowers from the palace, which is obviously very funny. The comments are so funny because like, there's loads of people going, that's disgusting, he should be fired. And then there's also people like these big brain sleuths going, no, if you look, there's people in the background going backwards because they've reversed the footage. It's like,
Yeah, but also as well, you don't need to look at anything to watch somebody do something backwards.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's like,
I know.
You know.
And they're like, no, I've cracked it, guys. It's like, yeah, we know. It's a fucking joke.
It's a joke, mate. Chill out.
Joke. There's been a lot of people missing a lot of jokes.
How long do you reckon it took Dan Wootton to prepare this outfit?
What, to look like smart casual grief?
Yeah, smart casual grief.
That is what he's gone for, isn't it? It's all like dark colours, muted, and he's like... Yeah.
That's going to be the dress code for my next barbecue.
Yeah, smart casual grief. It looks like he's off to watch The National. Like, you don't know who that is, but that's funny for people who do.
What, the horses?
No, a band called The National. Right, he looks like their audience.
Who are The National?
They're like a quite emotional indie band.
I
That, like,
see.
people would dress like that to go
I
see.
see, but you did not know who Jason Mraz was.
No, exactly. I know who like all the weird indie bands are, and I don't know.
Did you
who
see the
Jason
comments
Mraz
for
is.
that, by the way?
Yeah.
Everyone going.
Not
"I can't
everyone.
believe-"
It was a 50-50 split.
No,
There were
it
some
wasn't.
people who didn't know Mraz. There were anti-Mraz.
Let us know in the comments,
There were
guys.
anti-Mraz comments. It wasn't just me.
Let me know in the comments, guys.
It wasn't just me. Molly didn't know either.
Did you
So basically,
know
the
who
cooler
The
you
National
are,
are?
the less likely you are to know who Jason Mraz is.
Oh, yeah, because you're Molly. Super cool.
We're way cooler than you.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a scabby, gangly mess, and
And I'm still cooler
she
than
shops
you.
in charity shops.
Molly's way cooler than you.
Behave.
Way cooler than you.
It's like no.
You know who
Fielding
Jason
started
Mraz is?
transitioning.
Exactly, that's cool as fuck. What's cooler than a transitioning Noel Fielding? That's like 10 out of 10. He'd never be off panel shows.
Fucking Bruce Willis
Bruce Willis.
is cooler.
Bruce Willis can't remember his name.
That's pretty cool.
He's got aphasia. That's why he's not in films anymore. He's retired.
What?
Do you not know this about Bruce Willis?
No.
He can't remember things, so he can't remember lines. His memory's gone.
Fuck.
So he's like
off.
retired from films, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's genuinely true. I'm not taking the piss.
Oh, that's really sad.
I know it is a bit, isn't it? But, you know, we've still got Die Hard. We're all right.
That's really. What was his last film?
I can't remember.
Neither can he. But I mean, so what we could do, really, if we wanted to, is we could get up his last film because there'll be traces in it. Because he'll have known before his last
Well,
film.
you'll see his eyes reading the fucking board for his lines. You see them scanning as he goes.
I bet he still managed to fucking lay a wreath with less takes than Dan Wootton.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that about Bruce Willis.
No, if you did this with Bruce Willis, he'd get the flowers and go, "For me, thank you," and then walk off. He'd be like, "No, Bruce." But yeah, no, that is true about Bruce Willis, so that's sad.
Yeah, if you gave the flowers to Bruce Willis, he'd think he was playing the part of a bride.
Yeah.
Throw him over his shoulder. No, Bruce, they cost 30.
Oh, mate, do you want to go down to the palace, start throwing bouquets to see who dies next? Start lobbing them over our shoulder.
Oh, my God.
It is fucking pathetic getting yourself filmed putting flowers down. If you care that much, go put flowers down. I mean, I was about to say whatever, but I do judge you a bit. I think it's a bit pathetic. Like, you know,
Yeah, I think that if you look at the end of the day, if you felt a bit sad about this, that's up to you.
Look, if you felt
If
sad
you
for
had
an afternoon, I can take it.
If you had to tell everybody how sad you were and upload things and go, it just felt like the right thing to do. I couldn't eat my Chinese. Fuck off.
Yeah.
If you're
still sad now, fuck right off. Like, just grow up.
Yeah. I
Just
mean, I've
grow
said
up.
this before. If you died,
I know.
I wouldn't miss an episode.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
I know you would, but all the viewers probably would.
Let us know in the comments. If Rob dies, right, let us know genuinely in the comments. If Rob died, how long would it take?
Oh yeah, because I'm
to
sure
stop
our
caring?
fans will be very like honest and truthful with this.
Well, they've had over 50 episodes of you. That's over 50 hours of constant Mulholland content. Yeah. Constant Mulholland content.
Constant Mulholland content.
If Rob died, legitimately, how long would it take you before you stop caring? Just let him know.
Brilliant. Cheers. That'll be a real boost to my day.
Yeah, that's why we're doing it.
So I'm sure our lovely fans will be all right.
That's why we're doing it.
Look, with this case, it's a hypothetical for me. We'll find out with Freddy in about 4 years when his arteries pack up. So, you know.
Do you know what? It's your girlfriend I'd feel sorry for.
Yeah.
How's she going to find that extra 50 quid to contribute to the rent? Oh, no! No one to split the council tax bill with. Oh man, let's see Wayne Lineker's touching tribute.
Oh my god, it's fucking amazing.
Really did a good job, did Wayne Lineker?
He's really smashed it. Yeah, let me find
Wayne
this.
Lineker had a little look around his staff, so that he employed fit, slaggy women, and thought, how can we make sure that they do a touching tribute to the Queen?
Here we go.
And he knocked it out the fucking park.
Honestly, like I need a moment before I start watching this because it just makes me well up every time. It fills me with such patriotic pride.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what, they are. Yeah.
Sad. It's sad. Of course, the Queen famously loved techno.
Are you all having a great day? We're all having an amazing day today.
It sounds like Pope Lonigan.
And Wayne and our other business partners are all British businessmen.
We're all British businessmen.
And we could not let this day go by without speaking about yesterday's events in the UK.
Woo is not the correct response.
This crowd in here today are from the UK, if I'm right, yeah? And it doesn't matter if you're British, Irish, Scottish.
It does matter if you're Irish.
I think it matters a lot.
I think it does matter if you're Irish.
I think it matters a lot.
That does make it quite different.
So here's the thing: is I only saw the women walk out. I've not seen the speech.
All right, so this isn't Wayne doing the speech. Wayne is just stood here, so that's Wayne stood there.
Oh, okay.
And this is just Wayne's mate, I think, business partner.
Nice.
You know, and I'm sure the business partner of Wayne Lineker is a great dude.
The orator. Of the bunch.
They were like, Wayne's like, I just can't today, man. You're gonna have to take this for me.
I know how I feel, but I can't find the words.
I'll go dress up the slag, so you work on the speech.
From Italian, Spanish, wherever you are in the world.
I love her trying to look solid.
Appreciate that one of the greatest iconic women who's ever lived this world left our planet yesterday. Let's hear it, the Queen Elizabeth II.
Announcing it like he's announcing a raffle.
To be honest with you, I think that this is probably the most genuine tribute I've seen so far.
Sure.
In that I think that she was an iconic woman, to be fair.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting around that.
Sure. My response to iconic women isn't to get all the women to get their tits out normally. I mean, look, he might be onto something.
What did Emmeline Pankhurst throw herself in front of that horse for?
Sure. She did get her tits out as she did it, to be fair. That was part of it, wasn't it?
Did she?
Yeah, she flashed the horse. Yeah.
I didn't know she
did.
did
you not know that? That's like part of it, yeah. She whipped her tits out.
I didn't know she whipped her tits out and flashed the horse. I thought she
fingered it herself as she ran over her. You fucking idiot. Didn't get her tits out, obviously. Fucking, what are you on about? Fucking dumb prick. So bored.
I thought
she went for women and then got trampled by a horse with her titties out.
I really thought that Emmeline Pankhurst...
Like she had votes for women written across her chest.
In charcoal.
Yeah.
Lifted up a gusset.
This is it. She'd have to take a skirt hoop off or whatever it was. Have to undo 3 layers of petticoats. You fucking idiot. No. Here we go.
If you look up, you'll see a big London red bus. You'll see Mary Poppins.
So,
messing me?
So they've got an inflatable red bus hanging off a crane.
Are you messing me?
You'll see the amazing girls on the stage as beefeaters. So let's hear it, the Queen Elizabeth II.
So what they've done is they've got 6 women dressed as beefeaters and an inflatable bus, and they've gone, that'll do it.
That's fucking funny. That's fucking madness.
With all these just pissed up people who were like, I assume in between doing nitrous balloons.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Everyone just doing selfie videos like, Wah! It's such a shit anthem as well, isn't it? It's such a dirge.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think that that's the best one I've seen, because the only people who aren't having an absolutely banging time are those 6 slags dressed as beefeaters.
Right, so...
Sorry, I say slags, women. I apologise. Like, they might not necessarily be slags just because they work for a man that specifically makes them do slaggy work all of the time as part of their jobs.
Thank you. My problem with that is the way to have a touching and heartfelt tribute to a monarch isn't necessarily to make sure that everyone is, and in your words, having a banging time. That's not really the main aim of a memorial.
I see your point.
Sure. That's a day out. Well, no, it looks full of cunts. It looks full of cunts. Can you imagine what it'd be like spending 10 minutes in Wayne Lineker's club?
Yeah.
I would hang myself before it got to the second drop.
Yeah. I reckon that there were girls walking around with shot glasses full of red, white, and blue liquids.
Sure.
Like, legitimately.
Yeah. The white one is Wayne's cum. As a tribute to the Queen, I will stop sexually assaulting for the next 10 minutes. I don't need a tribute from Wayne Lineker. Wayne Lineker could just stay the fuck quiet. It's wild, though, isn't it?
What a fucking country.
And
this is why we're not North Korea, because you wouldn't be seeing that shit, would you?
Well, sexy North Koreans in tribute. I don't know. You could have a bit of that. It's just been baffling the last few days, I think. It's made me feel, it just makes you feel very out of it. I feel very, just not part of this like thing. I'm meant to feel, I don't know. It just feels very odd. It just feels like a really weird time.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It's like watching everyone be really bothered about something that you could not care. And you can't even bring yourself to care about it.
Yeah.
You can't even bring yourself to care about it.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Like, it's just so beyond me that anyone would care. But, whatever. Like, I just want it over now, though. I can't believe they're going to stop another round of football again.
Nah, come on.
It looks like they're going to.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to play Champions League games in the weekend.
Off.
But then, it's meant to be us versus Scum this weekend. It'll be good. But, going to be off. But, it's Liverpool who've ruined that for everyone. They're worried that, there'll be people disrespecting it. It's Liverpool who do that.
Absolutely.
It's them. Come on.
I mean, to be fair, at this point, I think about 6 clubs.
At Leeds, it'd be embarrassingly cloying. It'd be embarrassing how much people got into singing God Save the Queen and crying and that.
She were 8 good, so she were.
In most clubs, it'd be that. It'd just be like, over-the-top, raw sort of shit.
Yeah.
Most clubs, it'd be that. Liverpool's the one where it'd be an issue.
Yeah,
but let them fucking boo if they want. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But, it was mad that, the only game that went ahead this weekend in any league, including, under-7s and that, was a game featuring Eton School. Yeah. What's different about them? They had an official FA-sanctioned referee as well.
What is different? Let's just have a think.
Yeah.
What is different about Eton School that might mean that their football gets to go ahead and ours doesn't?
Oh, it's a head scratcher, isn't it? It's a head scratcher.
Yeah, it's a fucking back scratcher as well, isn't it? It's
fucking mental. So I'm meant to be going to the day we're recording right now. I was meant to go see Leeds play Nottingham Forest tonight, but obviously it would be disrespectful to watch a game that lower end of the Premier League clash
in a game that would have been amazing in 1982.
Hey, I think it'll be interesting now. I don't know how high quality it's going to be.
Yeah, it'll be Leeds under Ted Lasso versus.
It's original, good one.
Versus
Zing, because he's American and a football coach.
Class.
What a banger!
I've watched half of Ted Lasso. And I think it's fucking shite.
Right, I don't like comedy where it's just the idea is just to be nice. So
I can't get on board with it.
And I think it's
I'm
not
gonna
for
watch it till
football
the
fans.
end. Well, this is what it was explained to me.
Yeah.
It's for Americans.
Yeah.
Some of it's funny, but the overarching story, as a football fan, I go, wouldn't have happened, wouldn't have happened, wouldn't have happened, wouldn't have happened. They refer to a draw at one point as a tie.
Yeah.
And it makes me go, what?
Yeah.
Because apparently a draw is something that that's like an American slang for taking drugs.
Right.
And everyone
draws. Yeah.
And everyone in America would just know it as that.
Right.
So they're calling it a tie.
Yeah.
Hey, you tied with fucking Manchester City last night. It's like,
yeah, that is
disgusting.
That is a thing with Jesse Marsh. He's been told, his first couple of interviews, he was talking about the roster and stuff like that. And I think someone's had a word.
We created a lot of successful turnovers in the final third. Shut up, Jesse.
So he's been told that he's knocked a lot of those off.
Yeah.
It's a bit like,
yeah. British football fans don't like that.
Nah, I was watching that. I binge watched that documentary about Rod McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds taking over Wrexham.
Oh, I've not seen it yet. Is it good?
It's good. It's enjoyable, but there is a lot of that where they're being Americans about stuff. Because I've only got into football 2 years ago as well, so they're dead new to it. And they are good guys who are trying their best, but there's a lot of that cringy shit. And the worst thing is the expert that they've got in to help, the guy who's advising them, is Sean Harvey, who used to be a director at Leeds United and ended up working
in East 7 17.
Ended up working for the FA and is a massive cunt who presided over like the worst period in Leeds United's history.
Well, great. That's not. I mean, that's who I want to manage two Americans. Look, everyone goes, "Oh my God, Ryan Reynolds is amazing. Oh my God, he's a very great comedy actor. I'm really pleased he's taken over at Wrexham." Nah, fuck him. He's a fucking yank with shitloads of money that thinks he's going to come over here and buy his way to success. Fuck it. I hope he gets fucking advised by the biggest cunt going.
Well, he is doing. Your wish has come true.
I'm more than happy with that. Yeah. More than happy.
Yeah.
I hope fucking Ken Bates helps him as well.
Well, this is it. Like Harvey and Bates are good mates. It was that period of Leeds.
Yeah.
So bad egg.
Great time.
Yeah, it's a good watch though. The documentary, to be fair, it's quite a good watch.
And speaking of good watches, we did a. I was going to say, and speaking of good watches, Rolex, and I was just going to leave it because I thought that would have been funny in my head.
You know, I would have walked out though. Yeah. I'm done.
And speaking of good watches, we both did a gig on Saturday.
Right, no, you can't deflect it like this. I thought we were going to talk about this on the Patreon.
We are going to, so we're going to, because we've done the episode now, pretty much that's an episode.
Okay.
We're going to talk about our episode. Would you say top 10 worst gigs you've ever done?
Oh, 100%. And like, I like the way that Freddie is you're deflecting a lot here. You're making it out like it's a gig that we were both booked on, rather than one that you organised.
So
you booked and organised one of the worst gigs I have ever done in my 10-year career in comedy.
And to be fair, when I booked you for it, I said, and I quote, it might be a bit spicy.
It wasn't a bit spicy, though. It was dog shit.
That's a spicy dog shit.
Yeah.
That's a super spicy dog shit.
If there was dog turd hot ones, this would be the last one you have. This would be the final dab of dog turd.
Yeah.
It was fucking horrific.
Dog shit fall. That's what this was.
It's like that one in Newcastle. You got to sign a disclaimer before you have it. Right.
So
if you want to hear about Freddie being terrible at organising gigs...
I wouldn't go that far. I couldn't have done anything to make that better.
Yes, you could.
What?
You could have gone, we're not fucking doing this. There's loads of things you could have done.
Right.
We'll discuss them all in a minute.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it on our Patreon. If you want to get on our Patreon, it's patreon.com/deadmentalkpod. And for £3 a month, you get access to one bonus episode every single week. You get access to all of our extra recordings, the live shows, the Rob's Punishment set, which is fucking amazing. You get access to me reading out all my death threats that one time.
Yeah. And also, quite importantly, like I think Hot Water's Green Room have like caught us up lately, so we need to pull ahead of them because we need to be, our second place in the Northwest podcast scene. We need to hang on to that.
Yeah.
So if you are umming and ahhing, please do that because fuck them.
Yeah, we've got to carry on being the Buzz Aldrin of Northwest Comedy Podcast.
Yeah.
You'll notice though as well that what makes us slightly different to the other podcasts that you can get is number one, there ain't no tiers. It's £3 a month and that is it, and you get everything for your £3.
And we rarely cry.
It's not £3, £5, £10 or
tiers, what? 2 meanings. Give us £3.
I mean, I think you should make yourself. I think you should make yourself leave for that one.
Nah.
That's why they're ahead of us. Stuff like that, letting us down.
Right. It's me, is it?
Oh, yes. So...
I'm not the one who's closed off the lucrative Muslim market to us.
Lucrative?
Lucrative.
Is it?
There's loads of them. What?
Our £3 a month, it gets reinvested back into the studio, into the podcast. We're always making stuff and buying things and upgrading.
If you give us £3 a month, we will actively destroy one well in Africa.
Dear well, I went today. Someone had filled it up. I got Dead Men Talking sticker though.
Yeah, you get a sticker. You get,
licking it for moisture. He's not the same.
Yeah.
Right, we'll see you next week. Fuck off.